Right, so I thought I'd give you another update on Bitcoin today. I'm looking at the 4 hour chart here. I thought I'd go through what I first look at and then what I'm thinking for the next few days. So first of all, I would normally put on the fibs just to look at from the high to the low where we're at. And as you can see, we've hit the 50 and rejected. And I've marked off this 382 here because that seems to be a nice level where I think we may see some action come later this weekend, maybe even a little bit lower. So the next thing I would do is I would mark off some key levels. Obviously, you've got the highs, the lows, and then I'm looking up here for potentially that being a sort of target for later in the week. I'd stick on some more areas here where we've got some key pivot points or key resistance, which I think again around the 618 retrace. It's these two lows from back on the earlier August. So I'm thinking that could be a bit of resistance. So that's what I would do. I would also then mark off, say, an order block over here to say, obviously we've come into this area here where there's been a lot of trading in the past. There was a whole week of trading here, which you can see as there's some high volume on the right-hand side. I would then look at potentially this area down here. Again, this is an area we broke through quite quickly, or Bitcoin broke through quite quickly. All of this here is very inefficient. So I think at some point, obviously, we will go back and revisit this area, but maybe not right away. If this 382 here doesn't hold this sort of orangey box here, I think then we'll see this blue area here tested. This is key. If it does break below this, then I think we'll probably find that it goes down and tests the lows again. I would then also put on here, seeing it was a weekend, I tend to try and put a range into my chart on the weekend. We have the Friday CME close, which was around this level. I tend to put my range at the midpoint of the range at the CME close, a high, and then I mark it off. Obviously, this area here is the target for what I think is going to be the bottom of the range for the weekend. So I think we'll probably bounce around in here till the CME opens, which is around this point here. And then obviously, I think we're going to probably try up a little bit higher. So I've just put a few more sort of points on here just to give you a bit more color. And then I will show you what I think is potentially going to happen. So I think we'll probably see some sort of movement around in here, a test to the low, and likely around this 382 level, which is around the sort of 20,800, around that sort of level. And then we'll probably end up at the end of the weekend, as we normally do, at the CME close level. And then I think what will probably happen as the week opens is we'll see a push up. Now we've got this key event on the 13th to the 15th, sometime in this period, where we'll see the final F upgrade. And I think it'll be a seller news. You might even see slightly earlier that this starts. This whole event here was caused by the sort of second stage of the merge. As it happened, just afterwards, we got that dump on Ethereum, and that caused Bitcoin to fall down. I think we'll see this obviously pump into this point here and then fall off. We may see that this first red box is where it comes to and it drops off around here, rather than falling where I've got it marked up here. It could even go slightly higher depending on the sort of the liquidation levels, but I think it's inevitable that with the Ethereum sort of event finishing, we're going to see Bitcoin and Ethereum come down. Now, I still think that we'll see lower lows, and these points here, and obviously this over here, these lows in the 17s, I think they will get swept, but we'll have to wait and see when it comes to sort of later in this month and after the merge event. So that's my thoughts. Hope they helped. If you think that this is useful content, then please subscribe and like this video. Thanks a lot.